The objectives of this Introduction to DevOps course are for you to understand the difference between traditional software development and operation and DevOps, what DevOps is, how the EMC Federation offering fits with DevOps, how to engage with DevOps in your account or accounts, where to go for additional support. The typical process of software development starts with a business need for a new application or feature. This is described in a requirements specification given to the development team. The first version can often take a considerable time to complete and test. When it is presented to the business owners, it is common to find mismatches between the requirements specification and the functionality delivered due to changes in priorities or scope, new external factors, or simply misunderstanding the requirements. So, specifications are reworked and the process starts again. Depending on how long this cycle takes and the number of iterations, it can take a long time before the application is actually in production, which makes it harder for the business to achieve its goals in a timely manner. In today's business and IT worlds, new companies and new tools are challenging traditional industries. One thing many of these new companies have in common is that they eliminate inefficiencies in business processes, making speed a competitive advantage. Dematerialization is one of the key elements, a relatively new term describing the change of traditionally physical assets to digital or virtual. Think of how quickly the world has changed for industries such as banking, as an example. Almost every function that used to require visiting a physical branch office can now be done online or through mobile apps, causing a radical transformation to this industry. The exact same trend is playing out for music, books, tickets, retail, and a host of other industries. So it's clear that existing companies have to transform themselves to respond to a rapidly changing world that is more and more dependent on software applications. One of the most important parts of this transformation is the need for companies to develop and operate applications in a more agile manner, allowing opportunities to be recognised and captured more quickly. DevOps. What is DevOps and how does it help to achieve this? DevOps, which is an abbreviation from development and operations, is a relatively new approach in IT. Since its inception in 2009, IT shops have adopted DevOps to speed up application development time and reduce the risk associated with the deployment of new applications or features into a production environment. Simply put, it's an organisational change where both development and operations are no longer separate organisations, but work together in small teams, each being responsible for the development, deployment, and operations of an application or app. By making small interdisciplinary teams, generally no more than 8 to 10 people, also called a two-pizza team, directly responsible for the success of a given part of a system, they are incented to work together for a common goal, rather than throwing completed pieces over the wall. They can only support a limited size of an application, lines of code, complexity, and so organisations have to turn away from creating the traditional, large, monolithic applications. In the new DevOps world, business processes are broken down to more granular pieces, consisting of many small applications. But these small applications are still not the smallest piece. DevOps teams break each application into even smaller chunks, called microservices. Microservices are small, self-contained program modules that are designed to not be dependent on each other. If one microservice fails in a production system, the others can still operate, and only one small part of the larger business process needs to be restarted or replaced. With microservices, it is easy to implement new features even in a production environment. Instead of having to wait for an offline window for an update, new functionality can be deployed continuously. The deployment risk, stability, interoperability, etc., is reduced by developing, testing, and deploying with the same team or individuals using a similar technical environment based around infrastructure as a service, IaaS, or platform as a service, PaaS. This is not the only benefit that comes with DevOps. As applications are developed in a tight loop alongside the business, Feedback on the progress can be given early and often enabling the application to be built exactly to the business needs and releasing functionality step by step without a big go-live. The EMC Federation is well positioned to help our customer with their DevOps transformation. Our best-of-breed technology solutions like vRealize, Cloud Foundry, Extreme IO, Enterprise Hybrid Cloud and vBlock provide the agile infrastructure and management and orchestration layers that are foundational to DevOps toolchains. Whether developing an IaaS or PaaS-based solution to support bimodal IT operations, our EMC Global Services team is expert helping our customers navigate and accelerate their enterprise DevOps transformation. While there are many different entry points for DevOps in customer accounts, such as improving performance, accelerating time to market, or advancing standards and stabilization in the enterprise, the EMC Federation can help. The best starting point is through EMC Global Service. To learn more about our DevOps practice, please review the following videos, which you can access in the Resources drop-down menu. Or, for specific questions or an opportunity, contact your local CSD, CSL, or drop a note to DevOps. As described earlier, the DevOps approach requires a very agile infrastructure that supports quick and automated provisioning and operation. The Federation Enterprise Hybrid Cloud is a perfect fit and can deliver IaaS supporting Cloud Foundry. Public IaaS offerings from EMC-enabled service providers can be used in the same way. On a more tactical level, the functionality provided by products like Viper Controller, Scale.io, ECS, Extreme IO, or VMware offer tremendous value to DevOps teams. It is important to know that developers typically don't care about the underlying infrastructure or how it works. They are primarily interested in what it can do for them. Only in rare cases is DevOps situated in the traditional IT departments. In many cases, they're in the business units with their own shadow IT, either in-house with the usage of cloud services or a combination of both. As these shadow IT environments are often funded by the business units, which are not part of the central IT budget, their existence is not known to the traditional IT organisation. Starting at the CXO level is the easiest but least accessible starting point of your customer. They are typically interested in cost reduction and revenue growth. In a growing number of customers, the new role of a DevOps lead can be found, interested in tooling, automation and culture. And of course, the leads of application development are looking for new ways for more quality and agility in the development. So, to engage, you need to start looking for these teams outside your existing contacts. Your existing contacts may be able to help, but you may need to start from scratch with basic research like internet search, social media, LinkedIn, Xing, attending DevOps events, etc. The world is changing rapidly, and a new approach to faster, more effective software development is required to keep up. DevOps is an organisational change that creates a small team with responsibility for development, deployment and operating tasks. To achieve this transformational change, a highly automated platform is required. This is where the EMC Federation can engage with offerings like the Federation Enterprise Hybrid Cloud. To find these opportunities within your accounts, identify and reach out to new stakeholders outside of the traditional IT organisation, and engage the EMC Federation team early in the sales cycle to maximise your effectiveness closing every opportunity.